Here comes Slayer. Man, they know how to look at that lineup, right? ABBA, Elfelt, Johnny, Slayer, all the fan favorites, save Dizzy, who they're gonna sell you later.
If Hakan was a Guilty Gear character, I would have hope in my heart that he may one day return. Because Guilty Gear is willing to go way in the back and rummage around and pick something. Like ABBA is
obscure,
weird,
but a fan favorite obscure character. That's the thing. Came about in Isuka, stuck around after she got ported over, and as just a weirdo dead girl, you know?
Yeah. Whereas Slayer is like, everybody fucking loves Slayer.
Slayer's great. He's just the fucking god of dandyism and daddyism now, right? I mean, okay, so Slayer coming back to Strive, you're like, everyone gets the glow up, but Slayer was...
Akuma and Slayer are back now.
But like, Slayer's original design, in my opinion, is like perfection.
I agree.
So I'm like,
so did they, because they barely changed it.
How do you build on that? You give that fucker a jacket?
just have him wear the coat.
Just give him a
with
jacket.
His arms not in the sleeves.
And just make him a little bit older. And he's amazing.
There's a character in Infinite Wealth named Yamai who wears his fucking suit and he wears the coat, but he doesn't put his arms in his sleeves. And when he showed up, I was just like, I wish I was the kind of person that was cool enough in my life to ever rock this look even once, but I'm not.
He's so clean. He's so clean. And I'm just like, please, give me a crumb. Just a crumb of the interaction. And yes, him and Nagaryuki just both being like, hey, dandyism, right? This vampire shit. How about it? It's so good. Yes, or according to the lore, Nightless. That's the name, right? He's a Nightless. Fuck, man. English VA, killing it. Sounding exactly the way you want him to. You know, Sharon's there. She's doing her thing. She's
great.
A lot of Sharon being shown, which is what you want more
Sharon's
of her.
Great. I love Sharon.
And just like, all right, what's he got? What's going on?
Sharon's responsible for my favorite Guilty Gear ending ever. Where at the end of Eddie in X2, he's like, now I can take over your body. And he touches Sharon and just explodes and dies.
Good luck with that, bro. Yeah, you want a piece of her? Okay. How's that going to work out for you? Oh, fuck. Yeah, bye. Just don't do it. Don't do it. You can't handle it. Only he can. Incredible, right? So she's coming out of the coat. You know, they're tangoing all over your fucking corpse. And then you're like, yeah, what's he about? What's he doing? He's got his fucking dandy step. He's got his mappa. He's got all the big pile bunking you ever wanted. All of that's back and looking great. You know, new shit.
He lives in that archetype of character who is not trying. Who's like overtly taking it easy on you with every strike.
Just lazily enjoying the fight as well he can. But again, a little bit older this time around, right? And then he does his blood-sucking universe, which for Nagaryuki, that is life and death. He's got to suck your blood to get that shit under control. It's the only way to you know, stop him from dying. And for Slayer, he bites you so that he can fucking universe counter. You know, so blood-sucking universe, you'll see right after he does it, he lands a normal or he lands a special on a non-acting Axel, and it does a big counter, but it's not counter, it says universe, because that's what he gets after blood-sucking universe, is he gets a counter hit state for a couple seconds, and then before he get a little bit of a healing buff as well. So that's cool. And then charging up his fucking super pile bunker till the point where he's punching out of his clothes, just naked, you know, whatever the fuck that is. Is like, if Grand Blue had Old Man naked on buff, Are we going to stay this way or are we going to teleport back into clothes? Dandyism probably dictates that you should teleport back into your clothes. So
Probably.
I imagine he's going to just warp at the end of that super back into it. But then the second super, we see him go in for a super bite, which gets in, does a nice big suck, and sucks enough blood for him to become Young Slayer.
For him to become Hildebrand Manderville. A character you don't know, but he looks exactly like.
Okay.
It's fucking weird.
Okay. But you're like, oh, that's the fucker that fought Freddy, and had one of the sickest battles of all time during the Crusades. That's the guy that fought Flamet Nagel, who then becomes Paracelsus later, and then they're like, oh, you're pretty fucking good. I'll see you in 100 years.
There's something really smart about his age decrease move, because everything about Slayer's character ever has been, I'm not trying and you can't even hurt me. Right?
But let's have fun.
His lost pose is him just chilling on the ground going, ha ha ha, right? So he's pulling all of his punches. And then when you play, he get his instant kill, it's like, oh, well, here's the one punch he's not pulling. Right? But now we've gone past that. Not only is he not going to pull his punch, he's going to become younger to the peak of his life and not pull his punch.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
I mean, look, I seeing a glimpse of young Cliff back in the day when he de-aged was always super sick, because you're like, oh, that's the fucker that fought 7 Days and Nights to kill the fucking Hydra. Got it, right? That's the stories were written about this anime character here, and you can totally translate that over to Slayer as well, where you're like, that's the dude that named Soul Bad Guy.
Mm-hmm.
He invented, the fucking napalm death, the big original instant kill that Soul does. He inspired that move with his giant uppercut version of special as well. The same thing, it's all in there. So the lore god is here and looking as stylish as ever. And in his strivification, it seems like this de-aging mechanic, maybe it's gonna stick with him after the super. I don't know. But he's also got dandy step into a low, so a nice little mix there as well. I mean, if they build the entire character around, I'm gonna backdash and come back in and fuck you up, great.
Mm-hmm.
The rest is in there for fun, but he's got everything he needs, and the feeling of landing a pile bunker is, as someone who doesn't play Slayer, that's
I've dabbled a little bit. It feels good.
That's peak fighting game fucking synapses firing. When you make someone whiff something big and stupid, and you come flying back in with an explosive pile bunker that flattens them against the wall immediately, as it should. Damn, that looks and feels good. So yeah, that's great. All of his flailing things and multi-hitting goofy things are there. Let's see if they find a way to have him write a haiku, maybe as a part of his win pose.
That sounds like that would be the place for it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. They're very elaborate animations. I feel like it would be, the time to whip out a little quill and start writing something out. We'll see where they go. But Slayer looks fucking incredible. Him too marks the end of this season, and then the beginning of the next. So Strive is fucking doing it. It's going great, man. Glad that's coming along as well.
I'm glad that everybody's happy with their character.
Mm-hmm.
All three games that we've talked about, oh yeah, Akuma and Slayer are Lydia is not Akuma or Slayer, but Lydia's great.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Lydia.
Apparently she's I have to watch the trailer again, but they said that her muscles got nerfed. So she's a little less buff. I have to watch it again. I think she's cool, but I don't want to see less muscle. Don't do that. So yeah, I mean, at this rate, I think a perfect next season that would make most people happy, if not everybody, would be Robokai, Jam, something like Gabriel, right, for some fun new shit, and then close it out with Dizzy. Is probably what people would expect. And if not them,
Here's where I say the phrase, does anyone even like jam? Before
yeah.
I'm like spontaneously killed on the spot.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Jam's cool. Jam's always cool. She's honestly like the fucking the hand to hand or martial art dragon kick shit is cool. Absolutely.
She like that GA girl from Persona.
Yes, and as someone who doesn't really play as her at all, watching her fight is awesome. Her martial arts, her being the Bruce Lee of the Guilty Gear world is sick. Like it's fucking rad watching her do all of her stances and installs into the dragon kick.
Oh no, I don't know if anybody really likes Jam.
And then yeah, you can follow up that popularity list with Venom. Certainly is another big choice for.
If they bring back Venom and they don't have a cutscene where him and Eddie kiss, then people are going to be mad.
I mean, he's currently making out with Robokai, so you know, I don't think that time is coming just yet. But it'd be cool as well. I don't see it ever happening, but it'd be cool if like I mentioned Dr. Paradigm as another lore background character. That would be nice to see. Or Zappa getting possessed again somehow, even though he's heavily featured in the story.
Yeah, I'll be honest. As somebody who is unlikely to go back to Strive, the only character I want to see is Zappa because I want to see how far they can push Strive's engine to its limits with random
the
models
ghosts
popping out of each other.
That would be nuts. I know I'm seeing. I know Order Soul is a big thing too, and Order Soul's cool. But I guess it would just have to be a nice old what if fucking, you know, not story related character just in it for the sake of having him in
fuck it.
Order Soul I fucking love, and I think he got a lot of cool shit, but I wouldn't want him over any of the previous ones I mentioned.
Yeah, it was different back in the day when you could just sprite swap that shit to some degree instead of building a whole new fucking model. I think Order Soul felt like a bonus.
You'd have to. I think that would be like something to come around the season afterwards or so. But there's still some essentials people want, plus some new characters that should show up. So, good shit on that.